Royal expert Tom Bower confirms why he thinks Meghan and Harry will end up in tears. Hello and warm welcome to the Royal Family News Channel. In 2020, the Duke and Duchess of Hypocrisy, aka Meghan and Harry, moved to California and, boy, did they have big plans after stepping down from their positions as senior royals. But when we fast forward 3 years later, it seems clear that things haven't turned out the way Meghan and Harry had hoped. The lucrative deal with Spotify has ended and Harry is now left out of the relaunch of the ecotourism and travel non-profit organization he started in 2009. Although it is still listed on their website as a founder and patron, according to reports, Meghan Markle was also snubbed by the fashion house. Far from the celebrity lifestyle they imagine. It looks like Meghan and Harry are struggling and a little lost, which wouldn't have a very positive effect on their marriage. And now, in an interview with Woman Royal expert Tom Bower reveals where he thinks Meghan and Harry went wrong. He said, "I'm sure there is stress and it will affect their relationship. They had the illusion that they could play the royal card. Ultimately they had to play the anti-royal card, and there is a limit. The novelty has worn off, it is difficult for people to work with them, tired of Meghan with the implosion of their ideal Spotify. Tom worries that their declining lifestyle is starting to irritate Meghan." The author said his track record was to completely wear men and people down, adding that Harry's lack of work could also cause a big problem. He said, "I don't think it can handle anything. I think she's too calculated and stubborn to do anything that could hurt her status and what she's put in place, at least as far as their careers go." It's the case, same page. Meghan recently signed with a major Hollywood talent agency. WM and Harry were not included in this agreement. Tom says, "I think she would like to have her own career, but the problem is a career, as Mr. Bower keeps saying when she was an actress. She worked very hard, but I think she was disappointed in her greatness and struggled to understand even more what it takes to be authentic. I feel like he misunderstood the fact that he also said there was a sense of entitlement and that was not there before. She is very rude. He was thought to have been rude to his friends in Los Angeles when he left, but the real rudeness was to the staff at Kensington Palace, whom he allegedly treated with emotional cruelty and manipulation to keep saying they would have been reduced to tears by his sharp tongue. And that's something Meghan's team deny, saying Meghan is saddened by this latest attack on her character, especially as she herself has been the target of bullying. But still, according to the man who told the story that Meghan and Harry felt snubbed by the royal family during their Platinum Jubilee celebrations last year, according to Tom, Meghan probably thought that moving in the United States would be a sound financial decision. "I think she was probably encouraged by her agents to think she would make a fortune from her brand," she says. And he also says it didn't work out and he's living on $1,700,000. At the 9-bedroom Montecito mansion, Meghan and Harry will certainly have to worry about the financial impact of losing their jobs. Now, they probably have $9.5 million. The mortgage, according to Tom, money will probably become a big problem for them. They have had enough for now, but Meghan is careful with finances. She will surely worry about whether she will have enough for the future, and things are not looking good right now. She also said that while Harry never had to think about money, Meghan was very aware. Their costs are huge and he is really unwilling to change that. He said he has Spotify option and it doesn't work well. And now, what is left for him to do? There are no other Netflix documentaries offered, it is very limited. There are of course reports that Meghan and Harry bought the switch to the romance novel Carly Fortunes Meet at the Lake, and they want to make it into a movie for Netflix, which could be lucrative. Although later reports suggest it was actually Netflix who paid the money for the rides and that Harry and Meghan Art Productions are planning to produce. Either way, it's a move that could prove financially rewarding. Tom says it's a very smart move on their part. Although it adds, "I don't know if they can deliver." Netflix would have invested $2.3 million there, which represents peanuts. Well, Meghan and Harry's names are never far from the headlines. Rumors have been circulating recently that there may be tension in the house, although some photos of the couple appear happy and perhaps they have come out to try and dispel those rumors. But Tom is not at all convinced that the couple are truly happy despite the united front they are putting together, included in a recent video shared on the Arkell Foundation website. Tom said, "If you think of them as normal people, you would think how the hell can they be happy, as one can be happy living in a homemade goldfish aquarium with no great future. There is no obvious future." He also said that Meghan thought she could be a royal in California and was surprised she couldn't be when the Lake Queen said she was. "No, either you are in or you are out. There are no real part-time workers." Then they had the chance to land these two great deals with Netflix and Spotify, and even if they disappear, they face a harsh reality. They seem to stagger from one crossroads to another. Well, with any registry. I think they will have to stay together if they want to be able to pay their expenses. Since it's not much financially, then they can just be unhappy together and with each other and not hurt anyone else. They can be victims of themselves, just as they are now, but much worse. After all, that's what they deserve. You know, Meghan will want to give another one of her speeches at the charity event, and I hope the charity organizers will check that those thieves didn't take anything. I think they will divorce after the Netflix deal ends, which means 8:25 p.m. In the meantime, they will pretend that everything is fine. They will call each other, "My love, let's hold hands," but know that everything is in place. And in other news, of course, the royal family eventually updated their website and therefore removed the HH style for Meghan and Harry. They now still hold those titles of Duke and Duchess of Sussex, but can no longer call themselves HRH. Of course, there have been many debates surrounding these titles and some are calling for their removal, but for now they are still resisting. I am now talking about the Duchy of Sussex, which means that Prince Harry is the Duke of Sussex and Meghan can adopt the courtesy title of Duchess of Sussex. You may remember the time Meghan and Harry decided to flee to the United States to seek fame and fortune. Well, they agreed they would no longer use this style as they no longer intended to represent the crown, and the royal family website has just been updated to reflect this change. As I understand it, officially they haven't lost their human resources, but just agreed not to use them except in formal situations like in court, like Prince Harry recently did in London to completely lose his titles. Well, that requires an act of parliament. A law is currently being adopted in the system. Google invoice for title removal for more information. We don't know if this will pass and become law, but if it does, it would give the king the power to remove these titles. And you? What do you think of this news? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments. If you find my video helpful, please feel free to like it and share it with your friends and family who need it whenever you want. Royal Family News YouTube channel for more videos in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and we will come back to see you in the next videos.